Good evening, I'm Jasmine Lowson. The headlines in London tonight.
I express my deep sorrow to the innocent victims of these unspeakable crimes.
Speaking in Westminster Cathedral, the Pope apologises for the crimes of Catholic priests who abused children. He went on to meet with victims of abuse. More than 10,000 demonstrators marched through the centre of the capital to protest about the Pope's visit. But this evening, 80,000 faithful followers have been gathering at Hyde Park for a prayer vigil, the Pope's last official public engagement before he leaves London. The Pope has used his visit to London to offer his clearest apology yet for child abuse by Catholic priests. It came as the Pontiff gave a mass at Westminster Cathedral. He went on to a meeting in Westminster with 5 victims of clerical sexual abuse. Right now, the Pope's in Vauxhall at a home for the elderly. In a moment, we'll cross live to Piers Hopkirk in Hyde Park, where the Pope is due to attend a prayer vigil later. But first, Liz Wickham takes a look at today's events.
The splendour of Westminster Cathedral was packed with the great and good from all areas of British society and leaders of all branches of the Christian faith. But central to this service and inescapable throughout the day was the damage done to the relationship between Catholicism and young people through decades of child abuse throughout the world. Pope Sextus XVI made a most public apology and confession of shame.
Here too I think of the immense suffering caused by the abuse of children, especially within the Church and by her ministers. Above all, I express my deep sorrow to the innocent victims of these unspeakable crimes. I also acknowledge with you the shame.
In a private meeting this afternoon, the Pope reiterated his apologies to 5 victims of clerical sexual abuse. But for many others, words alone will never be enough.
The Pope keeps making the same lofty statements that he's been making for months, and we don't see him taking any action. It's interesting that yesterday he told the teachers that the teachers should create a safe environment for the children, and yet he doesn't create a safe environment for the children.
The 2,500 young Catholics invited to wait outside Westminster Cathedral for an audience ignored yesterday's plea from the Pope to reject the cult of celebrity, even going so far as to scream their requests for autographs from Anne Widdecombe. But one eloquent young man from Hackney gave a speech to the Pontiff and was thrilled to be taken in his arms.
It's more than what I believe, this is the heart of who I am. And to be able to come so close to, the Holy Father himself and just to say hello, basically, it was just amazing.
Liz Wickham, London Tonight.
Thousands have been gathering at Hyde Park for a prayer vigil this evening. It's the last event before the Pope heads to Birmingham and then back to Rome. Piers Hopkirk is in the park for us. Piers.
Well, welcome to a very noisy Hyde Park. This morning, the Pope did the politics. This evening, though, it's all about the people. Some 80,000 expected to come here to Hyde Park for this open-air prayer vigil. They have been pouring into the park in their thousands. People from not just all over the UK, but from all over the world. If you look at some of the flags that are fluttering here, you'll see nations represented from as far afield as Poland, Chile, Sri Lanka and Kenya. Tonight, really, their one opportunity to see the Pope in the flesh during his historic trip here to the capital. Now, just a few moments ago, I spoke to 3 very eye-catching pilgrims who'd made their way here to Hyde Park this evening.
It's just an incredible day to be happy to be a Catholic. It's not every day in London that you get to feel like that.
It's really hard to have a deep faith in this country, and I just think the fact that he's here just is such a witness to our faith, and I just think, it's just amazing. I can't wait to see him.
We're the present and the future of the church, and because of that, it's so important for him to get England interested again.
Well, you get a flavour there of the